All right, there is a new fire staff meta that I have created. So this was the old one right here. The old one was the fire staff, hunter hood, cleric robe, guardian boots, a taproot, and this pork omelet along with the limher's cape. Now, if you look at the cost of this one, it is at around 257. There is an optional gig pots if you want to add it there, but it is 257. Now, there was a change where the cooldown rates on all of the food in Albion Online was nerfed. So in the past, a 0.1 pork omelet would reduce your cast speed by 15% and also reduce your cooldown rate by 15%. Now it only reduces your cooldown rate by, or actually increases your cooldown rate by 12%. It's no longer 15%. So that was nerfed. And at the same time, all of the food in Albion Online that gave you max health, it was increased as well. So with that being said, this is the new updated version of this build. Instead of using the taproot, which is, really expensive if you think about it for one item and as an offhand, at 68, we are going to switch it for a mist color, which is only 22k. So a third of the price. You are getting that 12% cooldown rate, all right? And instead of using a double cooldown rate for this build, we are going to use the Pure Mist Snapper. Now, the Pure Mist Snapper gives you more health, 10% health, and it adds that 6.62 lifesteal for every health that your enemy has lost, okay? So that's pretty cool. Now, let's look at the set right now. It's 216. So it was reduced from 257 to 216. Let's just call that 40k price difference for this new set. Now, the build is fairly the same, okay? Now that you are using the Pure Mist Snapper for your health and you are using your Mist Collar for your cooldown rate, it's the other way around. You no longer need to buy an expensive taproot, and you no longer need to buy a pork omelet. Now, you just need a flat Pure Mist Snapper and a Mist Collar for your cooldown as well. Actually, the only thing that you're missing here is the increased cast speed. But if we look at the stats and look at the abilities on the fire staff, the only thing that is actually going to be affected really is your Q3 ability. If you're not spamming Q1, and I really recommend you using Q3. When you're using Q3, the only thing that you are going to miss in this one is a 0.04 seconds cast time. That's not 0.4 cast time because the cast time of this is already 0.3 and 0.4 respectively, but it is going to be 0.04. So you're not really missing a lot in terms of the cast speed here, and you are actually gaining on top of the maximum health buff for food. You are going to get that lifesteal, that 6.62 lifesteal from the Pure Mist Snapper. So the stats here is essentially the same. You're getting your max health increased via the food instead of the offhand, and you're getting your cooldown rate increased instead of food, now using an offhand, which is the Mist Collar, and it reduces your cost by 40,000, which is actually significant from 257 to 216. I call that a big win. Plus, you're saving costs and you're actually improving your build at the same time. So that's just pretty cool. And later on in this video, you are going to see highlights of that in action. All right, just to give you like a quick tutorial, if you haven't used this build before, this is my starting build basically. When I'm scouting other players, this is my scouting skills, if you will. All right, the Q3 is still the best Q ability for 1v1 in Corrupted Dungeons for the fire staff, and not only that, the Furious Flame was actually buffed in this update as well. I don't know why SBI keeps on buffing the Q3 ability. They've been updating it and increasing the damage for like, I feel like 3 consecutive patches now, but it has been increased. The Furious Flame damage has been increased again. So the Q3 ability works like this. It's a skill shot. You have to aim it And once you hit 3 consecutive shots, it will update to Furious Flame. The Furious Flame is the one that was buffed in this update. Look at that. It has Searing Flame and Furious Flame. Furious Flame, pretty much combo. So you hit 1, you hit 2, and you hit 3. It no longer deals 204. It deals 412 with the resistances of these dummies, which is really good because your quick cast ability deals 439. The quick cast on your Pyroblast deals 439 on these dummies, and your Q3 ability, once it's a Furious Flame, deals 412. So it's essentially every 4 Q3 you have a quick cast E, which again is your biggest damage. Okay, there is also a change from the tutorial that I did a couple of months ago. Instead of using fire artillery for ranged opponents, I now default to Flame Blast because of the extra movement speed that you get. It still has incredible damage, as you can see here. Incredible damage, and not only that, it now gives you movement speed. Now, this is not new to this most recent patch, but it helps a lot when you're going against players that are kiting around, trying to run away from your damage, basically. You're not going to be the fastest, but against Frost Staffs, against bows, you're no longer going to be left in the dust. You can now have the ability to chase. You're not going to be able to be faster than them, but you have the ability to keep up with their speed. So Flame Blast is the way to go against range, most of the range, so like Curse Staffs, Frost Staffs, Arcane Staffs. I still prefer this. But against melees, against true melees like Dual Swords, Quarterstaffs, what else? What are other melees? Spears with deflecting spin. You actually want to use Wall of Flames. Wall of Flames, if you don't know, leaves, well, a wall of flame in front of you that actually fears your opponents. It does say here, enemies set aflame will flee from you for 0.5 seconds. And that is a good way to create a barrier between you and your enemy. Against a dual sword, make sure to use it after they use their E ability on the dual sword. And against Quarterstaffs, make sure to use it after their E ability as well. Pyroblast is probably one of the most annoying E abilities in the game right now because it can full cast and deals incredible damage. And if you full cast it, it actually knocks back all enemies by 3.81 meters. And that knockback cancels any channeling skills unless you cannot cancel it, like force movement on the Gigantify potion. But it is paired well. It pairs well with the Everlasting Spirit because it gives you 20% more damage and you're immune to everything. Basically, if your opponent is attacking you, you pop Cleric Robe, activate that, and full cast E. That gives you 20% more damage, and at the same time, it prevents you from being cancelled. It prevents your channeling to be cancelled, meaning you'll have that full-on effect of the Pyroblast with the knockback, with the 20% additional damage on the E as well. Okay, Hunter Hood is still the meta in Stalker Corrupted Dungeons. If you look at probably 95% of the builds in Stalker Corrupted Dungeons, you'll see Hunter Hood just because of how versatile it is and how powerful it is still in the game. It reflects 85% of the incoming damage as magical damage, plus it increases your damage resistance as well by 56 for 3 seconds. This is a good skill to reflect like big E abilities of your opponents. This is also the biggest counter, I would say, to the Fire Staff, like the reflect. If you are able to reflect the Fire Staff E, that is a big damage. And it is honestly meta for a reason. Just use the Hunter Hood and you'll be fine. Okay? And for the boots, we're using the Guardian boots. Now, you can use any plate shoes in this because we are going to use the Rejuvenating Sprint. But I prefer the giant ability on the Guardian Boots just for those like 1 in a million chances of you actually needing the Guardian Boots. Usually in my experience, if your opponent has giant ability on Dark Guardian Boots, you switch to it as well if needed. But with the Q3 ability where you can actually kite, it's rare to use the giant ability in this scenario. Only if you're just like brawling, like you're not moving anywhere, you're just spamming Q. Giant ability is the way to go. This build is a mage build, so it is still mana hungry or energy hungry. We are going to use the energy reserve on the Limberscape. For the Limberscape, honestly, just pick the cheapest Limberscape. I always go with like tier 4. Don't go with like 4-1, 4-2. At least in my experience in Corrupted Dungeons, it doesn't really have that much effect. So you're saving silver if you're just using a Limberscape flat 4. As mentioned, we are using the Pyramid Snapper for the extra health and the lifesteal. Lifesteal's actually so good. It's amazing how much 6.62% lifesteal can actually affect the match. It's not going to save you, not using healing pots, but it's such a good thing to have that lifesteal. Extra 100, 200, 300 health during the fight actually is super helpful, and you will survive a lot longer. For the potion, we have the healing pots, and just go with flat healing pots, honestly. And for the swap, the Gigantify potion, I use the Gigantify potion usually against Death Givers because they have that burst double E, and if they double E you without any defensives, it's pretty much game over. And usually when I use Gigantify is when they use Gigantify as well. So as I mentioned, against melees and like daggers, you want to use Firewall. Firewall, the Death Givers, they usually use either Shadow Edge or Gigantify Potion. Once you see them use the Gigantify Potion, if you can run away first, use your boots to create some separation and let the Gigantify Potion run out. But if you cannot and you're like stuck, use your Gigantify Potion as well and just trade Qs and Ws and Es. Okay? And this is the last one, the cooldown rate on the Mist Collar, replacing the cooldowns on the Pork Omelet as well. It's just a lot cheaper. Again, we are saving around 40,000 silver per set using this new updated Firestaff build compared to the previous one. So you no longer have to buy a Taproot if that's too expensive, because I have received a lot of comments that they don't want to use this build right here because the Taproot is expensive. So there's one less reason why you don't want to use this build. And it's just good. Honestly, I've been winning a lot with it. Go give it a shot and thank me later. Okay? If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them in the comment section or join us live on Twitch, where I'm recording this actually live right now, and ask them away, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. There you go. Enjoy the highlights, ladies and gents. Oh my gosh, it worked. Oh my goodness, it worked. It actually worked. Oh my gosh. I'm missing. Oh my gosh.
No!
GG. It's the one that trashed. It's a panther. It's a panther. It's a panther. Oh my gosh. GG. Yay, did not trash. GG, sir. GG, sir. A mil for that. Nice. That's a very interesting R. Really. Oh, he changed the hook? When did you do that? I was waiting for it the entire time. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I was waiting for his deflecting spin this entire time. Dang it. GG, sir. Oh, look at that trash rate. I don't think he can get out. Yeah. GG. Alright. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would have lost it. I would have lost it if I lost that. Okay, give me one sec.
GG, sir. I don't think that deflecting spin's going to save you, but you know, you can try. What did I do wrong, SBI? Sir. Oh wow, wow, the trash rate, that's insane. I'm dead. I'm dead. Played well. Played it well. Oh man. Wow. Maybe a shot here. Okay. Ah, shit. Oh my gosh! GG, sir. Oh! The trash rate! Oh, it's one hand frost. I got trapped too, that was so dumb. It disappeared! What the heck? 1 mil? GG, sir. But is it still going to... Oh, shit.
Oh, he has that, you son of a gun. Oh my gosh. GG, sir. 500k. Whoever taught you the double invis should be ashamed. Oh, that's right. GG, sir. Oh, 1 mil. Yeah. Dang it. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I won that. GG. Oh my god. Oh my god. That guy got deleted. I thought my math was not mathing. GG. GG, sir. Yeah, it's an uphill battle. It's always an uphill battle against fire for melees.